Welcome to the top 10 worst movies list of 2015. I'm not happy about this list, and neither are you going to be. Well, just like with the top 10 best movies list, I'm going to do something a little different this time. Link is in the description to anything you wanted to see. Or there's the Dishonorable Mentions list, which is the list of movies that could have made the worst list, but should possibly be avoided regardless. The top 10 best. I wish it was the top 10 best, top 10 worst lists. Links are in the description and the special announcement I'm going to have towards the end of the video. Okay, so without me losing my goddamn mind to boredom over these fucking movies, alright? This is the top 10 worst movies list of 2015. And we're going to start off with the dishonorable mentions this time. Unlike last time where I actually did the dishonorable mentions towards the end. We're just going to get that list right out the way, okay? Now, like I said, these are movies that could have made the list but did not, mostly because they were just worst movies that came out. So mostly the movies up here could range from bad to mediocre, or could have received positive reviews from people. But I just personally didn't like. Okay, so please don't take this the wrong way. If you see a movie up here that you actually like and you're just like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about, personal opinions. Okay, like it or dislike it if you like it or you don't. All right, so let's start off with the dishonorable mentions list. Okay, number 1, Minions. I'm sick of Minions. Just stop. Despicable Me 2 is possibly the only exception, okay? That was actually the only one I like. I didn't really like the first one when it came out. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it didn't scream sequel to me. And they made two! One's a prequel. Why? I'm just kind of sick of the Minions. The film was enjoyable at first, but then it went on for way too long, and it just got really annoying. It was just used just to sell product. That's all it is. And this isn't like the Lego movie that's used to sell product. No, this is like blatant old school. Hey, we're going to put like these fun little loving things in the front of the screen, and hopefully your child will be entertained enough to say, Mommy, I want that piece of candy in the store. That's the Minions. Oh. 2, The Good Dinosaur. You might enjoy this movie if you're 5 years old. I was debating whether I should put this on the dishonorable mentions list. This wasn't going to make the worst list, but I was debating whether I was going to put it on this list only because the animation is fantastic in terms of landscape, okay? It's pretty funny how one Pixar film can make my best list and the other Pixar film could not make the best list. Not even good enough to make the worst list. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. If you just watch this film and you're just there just to look at the pretty backgrounds, then you're possibly going to enjoy it. Otherwise, this movie went through production hell, and it really shows that. 3, Tomorrowland. Okay. Besides George Clooney and, believe it or not, that little girl who played the robot, I didn't like anybody else in this film. I did. I got the message what they was going for, and it's the same environmental message that you see in a lot of movies, and it just hits you right over the head with it. And it's like, no, we're not going to make it be subtle so you can figure it out by yourself. No, we're just going to whack you over the head with it. And as far as I'm concerned, it takes a movie, it's so long too, it has the same problem as the Minions. But at least I can say the Minions at least get to the plot early. This movie takes forever to get to the plot. And it's just like, you barely get to see Tomorrowland. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I want to keep these descriptions at least to 1 to 2 sentences, but it's... Next up is San Andreas. This was the movie with Dwayne Johnson, and honestly, I like this movie. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like this movie. This was a decent popcorn flick. So it possibly shouldn't even be up here. I was debating once again where to put this one up here, kind of like I was with The Good Dinosaur. But with The Good Dinosaur, where I didn't enjoy anything, I actually kind of enjoyed San Andreas a bit, I'm not going to lie. And the last one is Home. This is a DreamWorks film. It's very pretty animation, very nice use of color. I hate the characters. I hate the story. I figured out exactly what was going to happen. I don't like the voice acting either. This is the most annoying alien voice I've heard in a long time. I just wanted to punch him in his little cute face. It angered me. It really did. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. You know, it was kind of getting mixed and mostly negative reviews from critics and as well as from audiences. And when I went in to see it, I was like, oh, this is going to be trash. But it actually wasn't bad enough to into the worst list. I'm like, did people even see the rest of the movies this year that I got a chance to sit through? Oh, but, you know, if the reason why I didn't make the worst list is because I can watch Home again. Okay? These movies on this top 10 list, I will never watch again. So with that being said, let's get into it. These are the top 10 worst movies of 2015. Number 10, Focus. Yeah, you possibly forgot this movie, huh? Possibly forgot this even came out this year, huh? I bet you did, but you probably didn't even hear about it. Movies starring Will Smith and Margot Robbie, who are both in the Suicide Squad movie, by the way, who has such chemistry. Not enough to carry this movie. They give such solid performances, but the rest of the movie just sort of meh. You're kind of bored, like not even half of the way through the movie. And even though these two characters are really charming, and you know, you kind of want to see what's going to happen with them, although you can kind of guess what's going to happen in the end. I love seeing these two work together, and I look forward to seeing them work together in the Suicide Squad. But unfortunately, this movie just wasn't written well enough, and it's just boring. I was not invested in honestly anything what was going on. Excuse me, I can't even speak. You know, these movies, it angers me. It feels like I'm losing oxygen. And, you know, that's really all that needs to be said. There's nothing here. A con artist meets another con artist and teaches that con artist to be a better con artist, and then they get con, and then they get con, and it's go back and forth, and I don't give a shit. I don't care. This movie it didn't make me care enough, and that's unfortunately the downside of it. It would be nice, I guess, if you're in a relationship, you take your girl to go see it or something like that, or your boyfriend or whatever the hell you're into. You know, that'll be fine. But as a moviegoer, guy just going by himself, just like me, I'd rather not see it again. I don't think it was worth seeing once. Okay, so yep, that's it. Moving on to number 9. Number 9, Pixels. This might be a no-brainer for people, and I bet this probably end up on a lot of people's worst movies list. This was not going to be on this list. This was actually going to be on the Dishonorable Mentions list, and I was actually going to put Home in this place. But I changed my mind, and I put the Good Dinosaur in this place. And then I changed my mind again. So I kept changing my mind, and I didn't really want Pixels to go on here because just like Home, where it got like a lot of disrespect during reviews from both critics and audiences, me, when I went in, I was like, I don't see the necessarily badness of it. There's definitely was a lot of money being thrown at this film, and let me just say, you can tell it's a Happy Madison film. And I guess that's what really brought it down, because the writing, you know, they're trying to be funny, and it's just, it's not really working out for me. And that's the problem with me with this film. It's a comedy that I didn't really laugh at. Yeah, it was nice seeing these sort of video game characters in this setting, but, you know, even though Wreck-It Ralph already kind of did it, and it did it much better. So I'd rather go see Wreck-It Ralph than to see this again. And You know, Adam Sandler and Kevin James, I like these guys. I really do. Like I said, I just mentioned Hotel Transylvania in my honorable mentions list. Hotel Transylvania 2 was a better Adam Sandler movie than this was, and I bet that, and I swear I got a lot of backlash just because of Pixels. So I think that's literally like the only reason, when that's actually the more superior movie. But Pixels, I would say, you know, at least see it once. Unlike Focus, you can possibly see this once. It will be a rental at most, but even then, you possibly, I wouldn't pay too much for this movie. If it's worth $1, I wouldn't even pay for it. Like I said, just rent it and then, you know, make up your own decision on it. But me personally, it just wasn't funny. And when a comedy is not funny, it's not good to me. I'm sorry. You just failed at that. And like I said, I like these guys, and I like Adam Sandler. I really want him to do more. Do some more Hotel Transylvanias, please. I love those. This just was not it. Okay. All right. So all right, moving on. Number 8, Ted 2. I've actually sat through the extended version of Ted 2, and okay, for another year in a row. This is another Seth MacFarlane. Once again, this is from a comedic person that I like. I like Adam. Like I said, I like Adam Sandler. I like Kevin James. I like Seth MacFarlane. I really like Seth MacFarlane. He seems like a nice guy. He's a very charismatic guy. I've seen him on interviews. I've seen him do these amazing things before with, you know, animation, Family Guy and stuff like that. And which I stopped watching Family Guy, by the way. This was my last season. This is my last season. This season. I don't know what season of Family Guy they're in now, but this is my last. Same thing with The Simpsons. I just can't take them anymore. They don't make me laugh. I already said this about Pixels. You know, if it's a comedy and it's not making me laugh, then I'm not going to enjoy it. And this was the same thing with Ted 2. And like I said, I watched the extended version, so this is like over 2 hours of nothingness. It was nothing here. And, you know, like, you have the actors in here, and they couldn't get back Mila Kunis. I don't know why. She probably didn't want to do this. She probably doesn't do sequels, or she probably read the script and was like, you know, fuck this shit, I'm out. I don't blame her. She dodged the bullet on this one. And like I said, I really like Seth MacFarlane. I like Mark Wahlberg. I like Patrick Warburton's in this too as well. And, you know, they're all very likable people. But it just didn't work here. It did not need to be a Ted 2. That's the main thing. It didn't need to be a Ted 2. But you know what? It actually started off strong. I was laughing in the first 20 to almost 30 minutes of it. And then they started repeating jokes, and then they started doing what he sort of did in A Million Ways to Die in the West, where they do like this cutaway thing, and it's not Family Guy, you know, it's not animated. When you do that, it just doesn't make sense. It's not funny. It doesn't feel like it's relevant to the story. With Family Guy, it works mostly because, like I said, it's animation, and you can get away with that. Family Guy started off that way with these sort of cutaways, which has nothing to do with the plot. It's just there just to get a laugh out. And there was 1 or 2 cutaways in here that I did chuckle about, but it was mostly in the beginning of the film. But as it went on, it just sort of drags, and you get really uninterested in what's going on, and you just don't care. All right, so guys, that's pretty much what it is. Ted 2, kind of funny in the beginning, but then just sort of just goes into Focus territory where you're just not invested in what's going on whatsoever. So I'm sorry, it's another Seth MacFarlane film that made my list, and just gonna have to deal with that. Sorry. All right, so moving on to the next one. Number 7, Chappie. Okay, when I went into this, I thought this was going to be sort of like a short circuit type of thing. I don't really think the short circuit movies are good, but they have like this sort of 80s feel that, you know, you just can't separate from it. You know, it's sort of nostalgic feel to it. And at least that short circuit has that going for him with Johnny Five and everything. I thought this was going to be like it, but this is kind of like it, but it's like the grown-up version of it. And it's the same thing with, this is from, I think the same people made District 9, which is also a film I didn't really enjoy. Yeah, excuse me, I didn't really care for District 9, even though it was getting praised at the time. I was just like, really? I'm pretty sure I've seen this type of movie before. What's new about this? I guess they put aliens in like this sort of situation. Yeah, I get the statement that you're trying to make, and Chappie does the same exact thing, and it was the same thing I kind of had with Tomorrowland. Although Tomorrowland's message I kind of understand, and though it's hitting you over the head with it, Chappie tries to be a little bit more subtle in its message, but ultimately comes off saying the same thing that District 9 said. I felt like I was watching the same movie. I'm sorry. I know they was doing something a little bit different here, but it just didn't stand out to me. I didn't care what was going on, and then that ending that they came up with where I guess people are just so accepting of certain things, of certain circumstances. They're just so accepting of it that they're willing to do, basically play God in a sense, and sort of getting it this way, getting their way. Hugh Jackman is in this movie too. What is he doing here? Really, he was kind of entertaining. He pulls out a gun on somebody at his job, and he's just like, "It's a joke, everybody," and I guess it's okay. No, it's not okay. He pulled out a gun on somebody. The fuck's wrong with this movie? But yeah, so that was the thing that happened. Not much else I can say. All right, moving on. Number 6. Number 6. Terminator Genisys. I really wanted to like this film. I really wanted to like it. Seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the role of the Terminator, this sort of like robot that ages, which was pretty clever of them to do. Seeing Emilia Clarke of Games of Thrones fame, Daenerys Targaryen actually play in a big name movie with a big name actor. Well, 2 big name actors. Jason Clarke also in here as John Connor. But unfortunately, the advertisement for the fucking movie ruined the entire movie for me. So when certain plot points came up, I was not surprised because it was in the goddamn trailers. You gave away everything even before it fucking happened, and you expect me to be surprised by that? Really? Okay, I can see what they was trying to do, but it's nothing but a cash cow on its franchise, and with this convoluted plot that they really try to get you to believe, and it's just like, what? You're not making any sense, and they're trying to explain this, and they're like, okay, so multiple timelines and this, and we're resetting the timeline. So are you resetting the timeline? Or are you creating multiple timelines? So what's going on? And then they try to explain it with like, oh, this Terminator come back. Like, literally, they have the original Terminator. They kind of plastered Arnold Schwarzenegger's face onto this sort of bodybuilder's body with like the CGI face. And it actually looks kind of real, actually. It's well done. It's the same thing that Tron Legacy did. And Tron Legacy looked very good. Here it looks good as well. And then you have the T-1000, who's also in here for a split second. And it's... well, not a split second. He takes up like at least like 10 minutes of the movie. Once again, it's a movie that goes on for 2 hours. It doesn't need to go on for 2 hours. John Connor, and I don't think I'm giving this away because they showed in the advertisement, John Connor being the new Terminator. You gave it away. I didn't care. I did not. I like Jason Clarke. But this was not one of his better movies, and he definitely tries to pull off this sort of like Terminator with a soul. But then when they decide to go with this ending, I thought they was going to go somewhere with that, but they really don't. They kind of hint at it like, John, you're self-aware, you know what you're doing. You're about to kill your mother here. And he's just like, well, I know, but it's kind of for the greater good. And no, that doesn't make sense. If he's self-aware, then, he should not have done this, but whatever. I'm getting too much into the plot, and I don't want to because it's all over the place. Okay, so Terminator Genisys, avoid it. avoid it. I don't know what happened here, but this movie was all over the place, and this sort of like war between John Connor and the old Terminator. What? It's a robot. It says that it's not supposed to feel, but then it feels. Moving on. Number 5. Pan. Okay, I actually, at first, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this movie's going to be good. And I looked, and I completely forgot about it. And it wasn't until it was available for digital download that I actually said, oh yeah, Pan, I forgot that just came out in 2015. I was like, okay, you know what, I think I'm going to take a look at it. And I actually saw it around late December. So I sat down, I watched the film, and Hugh Jackman was having a ball in this. If this was his sort of, I'm like, okay, Hugh Jackman, why are you here? Like I said with Chappie, like, why are you here? But I can see which film he enjoyed more. There was some stuff in here that doesn't make sense. Way too much foreshadowing to Peter Pan itself, to when Peter actually becomes, you know, the official Peter Pan. He's the leader of the Lost Boys. There is way too much foreshadowing to that, to him and Hook's relationship. It just got, once again, you know how when I said Tomorrowland kind of hits you over the head, like with a bat, with its message. This one does with its foreshadowing, which just beats the shit out you with, oh, Hook is eventually going to lose his hand. Hook and Peter Pan are friends right now, but they're not going to be friends later. And it's just, Peter Pan is freeing the boys from the orphanage. They're going to become the Lost Boys. Oh, the natives see Peter Pan as the chosen one. The only thing that felt different was sort of like the backstory, where it says who Peter Pan's mother was and who his father was, even though it was kind of glanced over. I kind of like that bit because I didn't know that about Peter Pan, so that was interesting. I don't know if that's in the books or something like that, but you know, Disney never mentioned that. So when that came on, I was just like, okay, you know, I can kind of see this, and I can tell there's a lot of work that was put into this movie, but unfortunately, because the credits was long as shit, but unfortunately, it doesn't suffer from a convoluted plot like Terminator Genesis, but it was definitely all over the place, or it was trying to get its focus, and it didn't know really what to focus on. But then by the time, you know, sort of the two plots kind of aligned, it started getting a little bit more enjoyable towards the end, and, you know, but it was far too little, too in between, and it just didn't do it for me, man. So Pan was kind of a bust, because I went in, you know, expecting something, at least something pretty good, and I just got something just relatively mediocre, and even less than that. So pretty visuals though, very pretty. This was a very beautiful Neverland. Like, it looked really good in some places, and then the CGI looked kind of bad in other places. Like the alligator didn't look real, like the alligator didn't look too good, but the ships looked amazing, and the background world looked really amazing. So as far as like the animators in here, if they can get a job doing some other stuff, that'll be fantastic with me. But besides that, Pan, not really worth seeing. Movie you can skip. Moving on. Number 4, Poltergeist. Now we're really getting into the shit pile. Really. Okay. From the movies I'm going to list from 4 and up are movies I really, really hate. Movies I do not want to ever see again. Movies I don't even want to see the mention of. Remaking Poltergeist was completely pointless. I hated everyone in this film. Everyone! You don't understand how unlikable the adults are in this film until you watch it for yourself. Besides the paranormal activity investigators, and it was only 2 of them I liked. The college students are just like whatever. Her students were just like whatever. But the paranormal investigator, the female and the male investigator who was more famous, who was her husband at the time, those 2 I really enjoyed. And they was the only thing about this movie I enjoyed. Everyone else in here is a fucking idiot. I hate them. I really did not like these characters. The father is a complete douchebag. He deserved to lose his kids. Now let me stop. Okay, that's just completely mean. I'm sure these actors are okay. I'm sure they're not jerks, you know. I'm sure they're very nice people. But from the way they was portrayed on film, not the actors themselves, I'm talking about the characters here. I did not like the characters. Whereas in the original Poltergeist movie, you do kind of like these characters, the teenager, as well as the little kids and of course the little kids. They're the only ones that knows what's going on, but nobody believes them. It's that cliche story. But like I said, this is a remake of an 80s film, so of course they're going to throw some of that in there. But they don't try to modernize it at all. They don't try. It doesn't seem like it's updated. It's sort of like it's trying to hit the same plot points of the original film, where it just thrown in some CGI. That's it. Oh, and made the characters unlikable this time around. What? So, yeah, not a film worth seeing. You can definitely avoid this like the plague. I think this was like one of the second films that they try to remake. Okay, they tried to remake Footloose. It didn't go so well. You try to remake Carrie. It didn't go so well. Stop trying to remake these 80 movies, okay? They're masterpieces. Leave them the fuck alone. You try to remake Amityville Horror. I don't even think anybody remembers that remake. I think Ryan Reynolds was in that. And he was the only person I liked in that movie because he was fucking insane. I really should go see Deadpool. Number 3. Paranormal Activity. Yeah, I didn't write down the whole name for this one. This was supposed to be the last Paranormal Activity film ever. Please to God, let it be. Because once again, okay, unlike the last movie, Poltergeist, whereas the adults were just plain douchebags, these adults are just plain idiots. They literally figure out what's been going on in all the rest of the movies as this movie tries its best, tries its damnedest to tie up every loose end from the other movies besides the last one, which was the Mark ones, which also made my worst movies list, which I think, was it higher than this or lower than this? The Mark ones was actually a better film. Like, these are out of the shit piles. This one is a bigger shit pile than the last shit pile that we got. And it doesn't look like this movie did too well at the box office, and I can definitely see why. Besides one, this little girl. This little girl did really good, and I hope she, continues to do stuff, and I hope, she grows up and continues to act in movies. Little girl, I don't know your name in this movie. You did really well, okay? You was the only good thing about this entire movie. Everything else, I hated. It made no sense whatsoever. Like I said, out of all the other Paranormal Activity movies, this one actually tries to tie them all together. The people actually figure out what happened in the other movies due to everything being recorded from the previous films and them watching it. With that being said, they do absolutely fucking nothing with this information that they can either take to the police or they themselves can just move out of the goddamn house. Nope, we're rich, we're privileged, so yeah, let's stay here. Oh, but then when the demon starts fucking with shit in their house, that's when they're like, oh, okay, we possibly need to get out of here. We need to do something else. Yeah, guys, guess what? It's too late. It's already too late. And you knew this was coming and you did absolutely nothing. And so much, they foreshadow what's going to happen to your kid, basically. And you're just looking at it like, okay, la-di-da. That makes no goddamn sense. And where was the reference to the last one? There was no reference to the last one, which was, I think, was the Mark ones, right? The 2014, I don't know. So, like I said, hopefully this is the last of these movies, and it does end off on a cliffhanger, but even if it does, and it doesn't really answer all the questions, I don't care. I'm fucking done with these movies. I want nothing else to do with Paranormal Activity. I hate it. 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 I'm getting way too comfortable in my videos. I'm actually starting to sweat just from doing that. Oh my god. Well, so moving on. Number 2, 50 Shades of Grey. What do I say? What do I say? Besides, once again, it does, like Focus, when I mentioned Will Smith and Margot Robbie. The two characters in here, who plays the two main characters, William Gray and Natasha Steele. Damn it. Oh, I cannot remember the actress name for the life of me. Forgive me, because she was actually in. I think she was in The Martian. Was she in The Martian? She was in another movie. You know what? 1 second. I'm actually gonna go look up to see exactly what her name is. Dakota Johnson. That's her name. Dakota Johnson. I really like her. I wish that she can do. She can continue to do more stuff, better movies, and it seems like she actually is doing that. Supposedly they're making 2 more 50 Shades of Greys, well, type movies. I want nothing to do with them. They won't make any list because I will not be seeing them. You know, it's not like they're going to get better. This is trying to be the new Twilight here. I will not go to another Twilight. I will not do it. Okay? You're not going to get me to do that again. But these actors, I can't remember the guy's name. Was his name Dorman Anon or something like that? Sorry if I butchered his name. Him and Dakota Johnson, if they are willing to do some more movies, better movies, you know, or at least be in some other movies, I will be fine with that, because they actually seem like, well, they didn't feel like they have too much chemistry with me in this movie, but like acting alone, they seem like they can do really well. And Dakota Johnson has proved that in a couple of other movies she has been in. So, besides that coming out of this film, that's about it. Yeah, everything else I hate. I thought this was complete garbage, and it should not be seen by human eyes, and I can't believe the human race made this. I'm sorry. It's a terrible movie. And with that being said, it's still not as bad as my #1 pick. Which, if you know me, you should already know what it is. #1, Fantastic Four. Oh, God, get away. Oh, get away. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. What happened? What happened? It was all there. It was all there for you. It was lined up in the comic books, and from 2 previous films, you still couldn't get it right. You couldn't do it. It is a Marvel. It's Marvel. It's not Disney's Marvel, but it's Marvel. The 20th Century Fox. Or Sony, one of those. I don't know. What can I say about this film? Same thing with 50 Shades of Grey. There's nothing to say about it. It's a poor excuse for a film. It's a terrible comic book movie in its own. They do nothing. Nothing happens until the last third of this movie. Until the last 10 minutes. And even then, the fight is not interesting. You're not invested in what's going on. You don't care about the characters. In fact, you might hate them. You don't care about the plot. If somebody dies in this film, if a character is killed off, you don't care. You're bored. You know, I'm going to say this like Rod Sterling for The Twilight Zone. You're in a room. There's nothing there. A 4-wall empty room. 1 bed, no TV. That's this movie. And the door's locked. You can't get out. You gotta sit there for 2 hours doing nothing but staring at the fucking ceiling or all the fucking walls. I didn't like this film. I didn't like it at all. I wanted to like it, but it hated me. It hates me. And it wants to punish me. And it did. It punished me for 2 hours. I have nightmares about it. It's a tragedy. It really is. Okay, guys, that's it. I can't do any more. I'm gonna cry. Okay, so just thinking about it again, these movies again just hurt me. All right, so guys, just give me a minute. Well, after shedding tears of sadness, I can finally properly say thank you guys for watching this. If you agreed with this list, I hope you do. Just give it a thumbs up or give it a fucking thumbs down if you wanted me to explain a little bit more. I apologize I didn't get a chance to. I'm feeling a little bit tired now. I've just made 2 videos. I've been talking for over an hour. My voice is starting to irk me a little bit, and my throat is getting a little sore. So with that being said, you know, do you agree with my list? Maybe you have something different there. Maybe some of these movies shouldn't have been up here. Maybe there are worse movies that I didn't see in 2015 that should be up here. With that being said, comment if you feel like it, share it. I don't care. I don't know how many views this is gonna get. Whatever. Okay. If you enjoy this, thank you guys for watching. Please let me know if you did enjoy this, if you have the time. If not, I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, and stay tuned for the special announcement I have right after this. So, yeah, that's the entire list. I already recorded my best videos by this time, so yeah, nothing more to talk about. If a movie didn't appear on this list, like I said, once again, this is all opinion based. If a movie did not appear on this list, whether bad or good, it's because I either didn't see it or it just wasn't bad enough to make this list. That means it must have fell in somewhere in between. Okay? So, alright, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care.
So hey everyone, this is the special announcement section, and don't worry if you've seen this on whether the top 10 best list or worst list, it's still the same video. I just spliced it at the end of both of those videos that saved me a lot of time doing so. I'm actually, as you can tell, this is actually before I even record those videos because I haven't even finished my list yet. As you can see, it's completely blank here. I haven't even changed my shirt. I haven't even shaved either, so this is actually done before I release those videos because I wanted to do this first so I can edit it and then I can you know, just attach it later on at the end of the videos. So here's something I wanted to talk about quickly. I'm going to take about a week or 2 off from YouTube, and after these videos go up, of course. And I'm doing this because I've actually want to get started on my DeviantArt page again. I have been neglecting it for like the past 2 years. Every so often I will go back and like write something, but I haven't been too productive with it because I've been concentrating more on YouTube because I have a lot more followers here than I did on DeviantArt. So, you know, as my channel got a little bit higher in subscribers and started getting some more views on certain things, I said, okay, you know what, I'll just focus on YouTube for now, then I'll go back to DeviantArt whenever. So this is the time to go back to DeviantArt because there's like a mixture of things going on in my personal life right now. It's nothing like health related or anything like that. As far as going to work and then doing school and taking a class I really don't need or I really don't want to take, and I'm forced to take as a recommendation for me to graduate. This is from somebody who has enough credits to graduate, but you gotta take this class because it's part of the program or something. I don't know. So I'm taking a class I don't like, and I have to study for a test for that. And like I said, I already have work and everything like that. And then doing this, such as you know, I'm gonna keep the videos coming, such as reviews, live streams, and gameplays. You know that people like to see, and every so often, possibly a reaction video, depending on what's coming out. Like I just did Batman vs Superman yesterday. So you know, if it's a movie I'm anticipating that's coming out, let's say they release the Assassin's Creed trailer tomorrow for the Assassin's Creed movie that's supposed to be coming out later on this year. Then I would look at that, and then I'll give my thoughts. I'll give my thoughts on that as well. So it's that sort of thing. So you know, and people like that. You know, some people subscribe to me for the reviews, or for the reaction videos, or for the gameplays, and that's fine. You know. So I want to do that. I still want to entertain people. I still want to go out and see movies and give my opinions on them. Review them appropriately, and I am going to be doing that as we got some upcoming movies that either just came out or are about to come out. Like I said, such as Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad. And we also have the Deadpool movie came out today. That's the day I'm recording this. Kung Fu Panda 3 has already come out. I haven't seen those. I'm going to see those. I'm going to do a review on them. But I'm just going to take a break from YouTube for a while. And I really want to work on my stories because I still have some good ideas up here. So I really want to. I'm getting way too comfortable in my videos. So I really want to do that, and I really want to push that. So I'm going to concentrate on that for a while. You guys can see me. As you can see, there's a sun in the corner there. That's actually my lamp. I don't know why it's so bright on the screen. So yeah, I want to take some time to concentrate on that, and so this is for the people that like to watch my videos. Some people will unsubscribe from you if you don't upload regularly. They think you will, even though they don't look at your past and see that something be like 1 month and 3 weeks, but people would still unsubscribe for you because he's not uploading anymore, so let's just forget about him. So if I try to keep it to one video a week. I'm going to try to do one page a week over on my DeviantArt page. Okay, the link is always going to be to the page on my home page on my YouTube channel. The home page on my YouTube channel is going to have a link to my DeviantArt. There we go. And like I said, the people will just unsubscribe to you for any numbers of reasons, especially if you don't upload regularly. And I always get a message every so often from the people that I'm working with, and they'll be like, "Hey, are you doing fine? Are you doing okay?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm doing fine." So like I said, I earn revenue off my videos. So if I'm gone for like a couple of weeks, it doesn't mean anything happened. Hopefully not. So if I upload one video 1 week and I do upload something the next week, or if I upload 2 videos 1 week, I most likely won't upload something the week after that. That's the reason why. It's because I'm working on my writing. So something has to give. I can't do it all. So something has to give. So I'm gonna have some hours, some free time that's gonna be coming up, especially next week, and I'm gonna actually go see Kung Fu Panda 3. But I also want to spend that time writing, because there have been some really amazing things coming out from all types of animation studios that's been giving me a lot of inspiration, and I just can't let that go by. I have to write for that, and some people do like my writings. It's always, if you want to check out my DeviantArt page, you can go ahead and read some of my old stuff. It's really. It's a lot of fun for me to do. I like to write. So I also like to do videos too, but I like to write as well. So that's it. Yeah, that was the announcement right there. So once again, thanks you guys for watching for whatever video this is, whether this is the best list or the worst list. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to attach this to the end of both videos. Yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video or dislike the video, depending on what you think, whether you agree with me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it sounds like I'm repeating myself, so I'm just going to end it here. Thank you guys for staying for the special segment, or if you just skip to it, I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for watching my videos.